Morning. I have a kind of sad story to share. Once, I started talking to someone about net neutrality, and they didn't know what it meant. And that's the sad story. But there's also, okay. So, this month, December 2017, resolution being passed to repeal net neutrality. So basically, what that means is two things. One, there's going to be internet fast lanes and slow lanes. And if you want to be in the fast lane, you have to pay extra money. Not just for consumers, but for companies. Number two, if you're like a news outlet that maybe has an unbiased view or talks about human rights or kind of like challenges establishment and corporations and, God forbid, talk about corruption, you're going to be shut down. Your packets will be throttled, and just like the guy raging at me yesterday because he's super laggy and has 4,000 ms ping, um, you're going to be disconnected from your games, from your news outlets, from your videos, from your websites, any competitor company or competitor source of information that people in power don't really like or agree with. It's either going to take forever to load those pages, or you're just going to get disconnected because websites aren't designed to take hours and hours to load a video. You just get disconnected after a while. So anybody who's tried peer-to-peer connections, like, the old League of Legends patcher, or if you play like a game where you connect to someone's computer to do multiplayer, um, you'll know with certain internet service providers they illegally throttle your packets. Well, now net neutrality gone, that means it's now legal to throttle your packets. So your internet service provider or intelligence agencies or internet relay nodes, which is where, like, from Canada connects to Europe by going through the US internet relay load, which has the underwater cables across the ocean to get to Europe for fast internet. At those nodes, you can just have your connection throttled. Like, oh, you're connecting to Russia, disconnect. Oh, you're connecting to RT News, disconnect. Independent journalists, oh, disconnect. You, it was net neutrality that got me interested in politics, but when you learn about politics, you learn about all of the illegal wars ongoing right now or over the past year. The illegal wars from the US going on in Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria. Okay, Iraq, Afghanistan was legal actually. That got approval from the White House. Um, illegal under international law, but legal according to the White House. Okay, but the illegal ones according to the White House laws are, yeah, what? Um, Syria, Somalia, Pakistan, Niger, that's a new one. Um, Yemen, and Libya. I said Libya, right? I don't. Somalia? I said Somalia. Um, Basically, we're blockading civilians in Libya. Not Libya. We're blockading starving civilians in Yemen. And that's bad. Um, and then you learn about, like, oh, people in the US don't have free healthcare. Or, oh, people in North America have shitty education systems so that populace can be dumbed down and it's easier to. If you watch CCP Gray's videos on the keys to power, you basically, it's pretty obvious. Uneducated people are less likely to start a revolt or to protest when they are exploited because they're not well informed enough. And net neutrality lets people be informed. So if you're going to have a democracy instead of a dictatorship, then for democracy to work, you need to have people sort of informed so that when people break the laws, the well-informed people can hold the people breaking the laws accountable. Because right now, people who break laws, like, okay, if you're like lower class, middle class, black, um, Hispanic, and you break a law, yeah, of course you're gonna go to jail. But if you're rich, who cares? Not really. Like, it's just the case is gonna be dropped because you're rich, and rich people don't go to jail in America or in Canada. Um, Now, rich is kind of nebulous. Obviously, okay, there are rich people who go to jail, but only when other rich people don't like them. Okay. Um, right. So, point of making this video is there's an interesting quote by Ajit Pai, the guy destroying net neutrality. So, what happened was the FCC is required before they destroy net neutrality, or even vote on it, to collect opinions from the public. And so there was like 22 million submissions from the public saying don't destroy net neutrality, and then there was also a bunch of submissions which were created by bots, which were saying like copy paste. Oh, Obama administration bad. Uh, Therefore, net neutrality bad because Obama administration supported net neutrality. Yeah, because the majority of the country was like, we want to be able to access the internet and read internet sites and watch videos on the internet when we pay for the fucking internet. Oh my fucking god! Not be like, not like Egypt where or North Korea where you can't fucking proxy out of the country without an SSH encryption and puttifier, which most people don't even know what that is. So Ajit Pai's response is, so many people are surprised I'm here, but I had help writing my speech. I wanted to come up with some good jokes. You won't believe. I actually, for jokes, I got 22 million submissions. He said that. You know why I don't have a phone? It's actually, okay. It's actually illegal in Canada not to have a phone. I just use a Skype phone though. So that's actually illegal. Do you know why I don't have a phone? Because I don't like cell phone companies. I believe phone should be a communal, a community phone service should be offered by the community, right? If I have a satellite on my house, then I should be allowed to provide phone to everyone. And if I knew how to hack my phone and install Windows and hack into my satellite and hack into and how to create my own phone network and connect to my satellite with my hacked phone, then I would buy a phone. But I don't know how to do that. And apparently phones are hard to hack, but easy to break because, haha, yeah, phones are hard to crack to get what you want done, but they're easy to crack the screen because people want you to replace the phone, so they make trash phones. Pun. Okay, but since that's not how phones work, I don't buy a phone, right? TV. I can't get TV. I can't pirate TV from my neighbor. So why would I get? Why would I? Well, I don't. Okay, the reason I don't have a TV is I don't want to watch TV, obviously. But you can use TV for like video games, I guess. Anyways, that's such a off topic. TVs, car retailers, they have these monopolies, duopolies, internet service providers. It's in the US, it's Comcast and Verizon. In North America, it's Bell and Cogeco, right? Outside of those companies, you're not gonna have competitors, right? Right now, the solution, it seems, to this net neutrality being fucked over is to one, protest it like people protested Wall Street, and should still be fucking protesting Wall Street. And two, have your local officials provide an internet, right? Um, you can you can hack into internet satellites with a satellite, but that's illegal. But you can also petition your mayor to provide internet to the community, um, without fast lanes and slow lanes and censored news sites and blacklisted websites. It's like, oh, you want to look at something that the government doesn't want you to look at? Well, now you can't. And so people are like, oh, well, we're removing regulations, so we're anti-regulation. But it's like, what? No, this is a protection for people so that they don't get censored by the companies, the intelligence agencies, etc. Right? It's pretty obvious. Like the who do intelligence agencies work for? The government. Who does the government work for? Corporations. So if the corporations don't want you to see a competitor website or an anti-war website, they're not going to let you visit it. That's why we need net neutrality. Um, okay, so same reason we need education, informed populace. I think I said everything I wanted to say. All right. In conclusion, I don't. There was like some other thing I was saying about. Oh yeah. So like cable TV, it's actually run by corporations because that's profitable. It's not run by the guy with the satellite sharing with his friends. Cell phones, same thing. Cars, you can only buy certain cars. Uh, Want an electric car? You have to make sure your dealership allows it because if it's not a dealership or a secondhand car, you can't buy the car. It's illegal, right? You want to pirate TV? It's illegal. You want to pirate internet? It's probably illegal. Um, I know in like China and Egypt, it's illegal to proxy outside of the censorship, right? Probably in North Korea too. In North Korea, it's illegal to watch like an American movie. You can be uh, you get hung up and then they shoot all of each of your limbs in front of a crowd, and so um, that's obviously bad in like infinitely many ways. So um, censoring information is like not good. Obviously, there are fucking retards who you want to censor. And I'm actually kind of authoritarian in that, like, if someone's a fucking retard and is like completely just, hmm, how can I say? If I thought someone's opinions were extremely destructive and unfounded, then I would try to censor them. But more like, I guess, people who have more faith in humanity believe that free speech should be protected for everyone. So even if you agree with like a right winger or a left winger or a Nazi or a libertarian or what is it called? Progressive? No, a liberal. If you disagree with a liberal or a progressive, or a neo-Nazi or a fundamentalist or a Muslim or a Christian, even if you disagree with all these people, they should still be allowed to speak. They should still be allowed to browse the internet. They should still be allowed to have their internet website, and it shouldn't be censored. So that's what other people say about free speech. But obviously, there's people like me too who are like, well, if I really disagree with his opinion and think his opinion is really destructive, then censor him. Censor him. Don't censor anyone else. Just censor him. So that's my take. But there's other people who are like free speech should be protected for everyone. So if you think free speech should be protected for everyone, then you're pro net neutrality. If you don't want to pay extra for an internet fast lane and you think everybody should have equal access to the internet, or if you think internet is like a right that should be protected, um, then you're in favor of net neutrality. Um, but if you want to blacklist certain news agencies, or you want to censor certain groups of people, or you want to make a fuck ton of money off of charging premiums, or you want to just have more control over the plebs, then you're against net neutrality. I'm for net neutrality. Um, so it seems like the short-term solution right now is to make sure that your mayor offers internet service to compete with the people who are throttling connections, right? It's been going on for years. It's been going on for like 4 years that if you had Bell Canada, um, then your connection would get throttled. Your ping would go up to 4,000. It would go up to 4 seconds of lag, and you'd get connected from most games or websites. If you did peer-to-peer connections, such as playing with a friend or doing an internet relay test or torrenting, you know, so those would be throttled illegally. Now it's going to be legal in the U.S. to do that. And for I guess since last year, like if I wanted to download a video, not stream a not like download stream a video, like not live download, but if I wanted to save a video to my computer from RT News, um, I would actually have to like secure encrypted proxy out of Canada, out of the US, out of the UK, and I had to like cuz those nodes are controlled by US intelligence agencies which have blacklisted RT News, right? So while that's illegal, that's already happening because you can't download from RT News if you go through those channels. So you actually have to encrypt the connection outside of those three countries, and then you can download from RT News because RT News is kind of like biased towards human rights and therefore biased against like unending war. Like, what is it? 93% of America's history, America has been at war, and now America is in 8 overseas invasions and or occupations of other countries. Um, that's just like what is it? 1,000 military bases all over the world. It's like the fuck. So if it's already this bad, imagine how much worse it'll be once it's legal to censor any website at a whim.